Namaste to everyone. Welcome to our channel called as Pharmacy Vidya. From today onwards, we are going to learn the new subject which is called as pharmacology. From this subject, we are going to start with the first chapter called as general pharmacology. So, let's start. The word pharmacology is derived from two Greek words that is called as pharmakon plus logos. The meaning of pharmakon is drug and the meaning of logos is to study. So simplified, pharmacology is the study of drug or science of drug. Now the word comes drug. Let's understand what is meant by drug. The definition of drug is that any substance or any agent which are used, administered or applied for diagnosis or mitigation or cure or treatment or prevention of diseases or disorder in animals or human being. This is the definition of the drug, but let's understand it step by step what is meant by these terms. First of all, diagnosis. Let's take an example which is called as barium sulfate. In pharmaceutical chemistry 2, we have studied that barium sulfate it is a class or category under a medication called as radio-opaque contrast media. It works by coating the esophagus, stomach or intestine with the material that is not absorbed into the body so that any disease or any damaged area or disorder can be detected clearly seen by the help of X-ray or by the CT scan. I will show it with the help of this X-ray of the colon. Now you can see this X-ray of colon with the help of barium sulfate. Due to this X-ray, the doctor can detect exactly what the disease or what is the cause disorder due to in the particular GI tract. So, any substance or any agent which are used as a diagnosis, it is called as what? Drug. After that, the second word comes mitigation. The meaning of mitigation is to just reduces the severity. If a person is suffering from a severe pain or disease or disorder, any substance which reduces the severity is also called as drug. The third term is, as all of us knows, that any substance which cure or use for treatment of disease is called drug. And last one is the prevention. Any substance or any agent which are used for the prevention of disease or disorder. The best examples are vaccines. Examples in the market are polio vaccine, BCG vaccines. BCG vaccine prevents from the tuberculosis, polio from polio, hepatitis vaccines are there, hepatitis A vaccine, hepatitis B vaccine. All these are few examples. These all prevent the or disease or disorder in the future. So these also comes under the category or called as drug. In this way, we have learned regarding the drug also. After the definition of drug, let's see regarding the sources of drug. Means from exactly where we get these all drugs. First of all, the classification of sources are into four categories. That is natural source, semi-synthetic source, synthetic source, and the new terminology that is called as genetic engineering, which is a new in this field. So let's start with the first of all natural source. Natural source is subdivided into four types. That is plant source, animal source, mineral source, and the microorganism that is microbe source. Let's understand it step by step. In case of plant, whole plant or parts of plant or their secretions are used as a drug. Let's understand it with the help of diagram. Now all of you can see this diagram. These are the parts of plant which are used as a drug. First of all, example leaves. Examples are leaves of dentalis which are useful in case of cardiac patient, act as a cardiotonic. The leaves of eucalyptus, from these leaves the eucalyptus oil is treated and used in case of cold. Then the second part is flower. The example is vinca. The flowers of vinca are very useful. It acts as an anti-cancer agent. Also in case of diabetes management, hypertension management. Then the next example is of flower is rose. From the petals of rose, the rose oil is collected, which are used in case of cosmetic also. Next is parts of planted seeds. From castor seed, castor oil is obtained and which is useful as a laxative for constipation problem. Next is nux vomica seed. From this nux vomica seed is very useful in case of male infertility. The example is bark. Regarding the bark, cinchona bark, which contain quinine, which is very useful in case of malaria. The next is root. Example is raufia for hypertension management. Next is fruit of senna pod. Example is senna pod for in case of laxative. So in this way, we have seen the different parts of the plant. These are the few examples. After this source, next source is animal sources. Now, in case of animal sources, the organs of animals are used for the separation of the drug. For example, pancreas of pig or cow. From this pancreas of pig or cow, the insulin is separated or gated. After that, for the collection of thyroxine, the sheep thyroid is used. After this, the cod liver oil is there, which is derived from the fish, which is called as cod. The sea cod is a marketed example, which is a source of vitamin A. Then animal blood for vaccines also used. Next is the urine of pregnant woman gives a hormone. That name of hormone is that human chorionic gonadotropin hormone, which are very useful in case of infertility. I can show you with the marketed example also. This is Ovidec is a product marketed example which contains this chorionic gonadotropin injection. So these are the animal sources of the drug. After that, there is a mineral sources. Minerals means which are natural sources which are derived from the earth. These are different categories like metal, non-metallic and others. Let's take few examples. First of all, liquid paraffin. Liquid paraffin is also used for constipation problem, used as a laxative. After liquid paraffin, selenium is there. Selenium is used as an anti-dandruff. So in our dandruff shampoo, it presents. After selenium, next is magnesium trisilicate that act as an antacid which reduces the or neutralize the excess acid in the stomach. After magnesium trisilicate, zinc is there. Zinc is very useful in case of wound healing, not only in case of wound healing, in the skin problems also. After zinc, there is a activated charcoal which are very useful in case of poisoning or overdose of drug. After this, kaolin in case of diarrhea. In case of animals also it is very useful. Iron is used in the case of anemia. Anemia means whenever there is a reduction in the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood due to decreased amount of hemoglobin or RBC count, this iron supplement is very essential to increase that count. So oxygen carrying capacity will be increased. After iron, there is a fluorine which is used in case of dental cavities. So as a fluoride, it present in our toothpaste also. Next is gold, which are useful in arthritis. After gold, silver is used as a immunity booster. You might have been seeing the different ads of Chyawanprash which containing this combination gold and silver for increase the immunity. So these are the few examples from the mineral sources. After minerals, there is the next source which is called as microbe, that is from microorganism. From microorganisms, we will get the different antibiotics and we use those antibiotics against different microorganisms to kill them or to stop their growth. Few examples are there like penicillin, streptomycin, gentamicin, tobramycin. These are the antibiotics. Penicillin is obtained from Penicillium notatum, which is a fungus. Then streptomycin is obtained from Actinobacteria. Gentamicin is obtained from Micromonospora purpurea. These are the microorganism name. And tobramycin is derived from the Streptomyces tenebrarius. These are few examples of antibiotics which are sourced from the microorganism. So in this way, these are all the natural sources for the drug. After natural sources, it's the semi-synthetic sources. In case of semi-synthetic sources, these are the chemically modified drugs from natural sources. Examples are apomorphine. Apomorphine is derived from the morphine and chemically modified into the lab and used in the case of Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's is an example. It is a disorder of the central nervous system which affect the movement, often includes a tremor. Tremors means what? Shaking of a particular body part like mouth, hand. So nerve cells get damaged in the brain which causes dopamine levels to drop down or decreases and leading to the symptoms of Parkinson. So apomorphine is act as an agonist of dopamine and help to relieve the Parkinson disease. After that, example is homoatropine, which is derived from the atropine used in different eye-related problem. After homoatropine, there is ampicillin which act as an antibiotic. These are the few examples. Means these are chemically modified drug into lab by using the natural sources. After semi-synthetic, there is a third category or third classification which is called as synthetic. In case of synthetic, these are synthesized, formed, produced on the basis of the structure, activity, relationship of a drug. Its short form it is called as SAR. In medicinal chemistry, we are going to deal this in detail. Right now, just want to see the examples. These are synthesized means into the lab. examples barbiturate, which act as an anti-anxiety in low doses, then ibuprofen, which act as an anti-inflammatory, antipyretic, also reduces the pain and reduces the fever. After ibuprofen, there is a cotrimoxazole. This is a bacterial infections like urinary tract infection, pneumonia, bronchitis. It is very useful drug. So these are the examples of synthetic drug. Now after these three category, the next fourth new one is that's called as genetic engineering. This is a very new concept. It contains the recombinant DNA technology. Let's understand this shortly. Okay, the genetic sequence is responsible for synthesis of a substance in our body like insulin or in our animals. With that is transferred into a common bacteria like E. coli, and bacteria strain, they fermented and growth is there. After the growth, the particular drug is separated and used for the treatment. If you want details of this, I am going to give the link in the description. You just click on that, you will get the details. So in this way, we have finished with the drug sources. After the source of drug, let's understand the action. Whenever a patient or an individual consumes a drug, there is an action between two things. That is action between drug and the body. Depending on these two terms, there are two terminology. Let's understand. That is action of body on the drug is called as pharmacokinetic, and action of drug on the body is called as pharmacodynamic. First of all, pharmacokinetic. It is divided into A, D, M, E. That is, whenever a drug is consumed or administered, there is a movement of drug inside the body. Action of body on the drug, that is, it is A for absorption, B for distribution, M for metabolism, and E for excretion or elimination. Let's understand with the help of diagram. Now, as you can see, suppose a person is suffering from a headache and he has taken the medicine. Then what will happen? This medicine will goes inside the GI tract, and in the GI tract, what happen? There is an absorption, that is A, distribution of drug, that is D. After a particular time, there is a metabolism of drug inside the liver, and after metabolism, there is an excretion through kidney or as suitable organ for excretion of that particular drug. So this is a movement of drug inside the body. This movement is called as pharmacokinetic. Simply the action of body on the drug. After this pharmacokinetic, the next point is that now the action of drug on the body means what called as pharmacodynamic. It's very simple. That is, it is the mechanism of action. Means very simplified, that is, whenever blood is passing, that is kinetic, ADME is happening, simultaneously it gives effect on the body. That effect is, or that action is called as pharmacodynamic. Let's understand it also with the help of diagram. Now we have taken the same example, that is, a patient is suffering from a painful condition. After taking a medicine, after a particular time, it gets the relief from that particular pain. So this action, this effect of drug on the body is called as pharmacodynamic. And last point is that to study that effect, how this drug gives this effect is called as mechanism of action. So it is called as pharmacodynamic. At last, we have studied that the pharmacology is the study of drug. But what exactly we have to study? We have to study in pharmacology the pharmacokinetic of drug and pharmacodynamic of drug. Means its absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion inside the body, and its mechanism of action inside the body. So action between drug and the body. In short, the pharmacokinetic plus pharmacodynamics means pharmacology. So thank you for watching this video. See you soon with the next point of same chapter with a new topic. So namaste to all of you. Have a nice time.